Alright, time for a tutorial. We'll put a memory card in. Takes AA batteries. Alright, this is an auto mode. This is the menu button. So it shoots 10 megapixel. Or 8.9. I like to leave it in 10. LCD brightness, you can go up 5. I have the capture grid on. Okay, that's with the capture grid off. This is with the capture grid on. Now you'd want to put your subject, your face, right there, or right there. You want to keep it in thirds. Okay, date stamp. I have it on. Can be off. Digital red eye correction. Pre-flash. Digital. Image stabilizer. Continuous. Or off. Single. Or continuous. Quick view is off. You can do so that would be the time that it shows the picture after you snap it. I have that off on, let's see, you can, 5 or 10 second. Advanced digital zoom, it's got a pause in between, so when you're zooming, let's see if we can get that. When you're zooming in and out, there'll be a pause. So you pull it, you zoom in all the way with your optical zoom, and then once you hit the end of your optical zoom, there'll be a pause, and start using digital. Alright, orientation sensor. So it would recognize if the camera is like this or like this. I have that off, because we can always rotate the picture later. Camera sounds. You got the focus lock, shutter, self timer, error, power on, and I got all those shut off. Sound volume is high. Date and time. Auto power off is set at 3 minutes for me. Well, that works good for me. You got 1, 3, 5, and 10 minute. And to get through this menu, I'm using up, down, side, side, and you're okay. Video out, NTSC. Image storage in the card. It'd be auto as card. You can reset the whole camera. You can format your memory card. Format the memory card, or format the internal memory. I'm going to cancel for now. About, that's your firmware version. And then it starts back over. I'm going to set that down so you guys can see it a little better. Okay. Alright, so we went through there. That's in auto mode. Let's get out of auto mode. Let's go over to video. Click our menu button. You got your choice of 320 or it'd be 240p. That's what YouTube would read it as. YouTube reads it as these last two numbers. So that would be 240p, that's 480p. I like to have it in 480p, single focus. You can have it in continuous or single. Here's the difference in between single. If you have it on single and you go to zoom in, it's gonna change your focal point. So when you zoom in, it's gonna get blurry. If you have it on continuous, it will continuously focus even if you're zooming in. Let's see, same settings right there. Let's go into program mode. Now, program mode allows us to change the ISO. You can go to auto, 100, 200, 400, 800, and 1600. I like to leave it in 100, either 1 or 200. And exposure compensation. Exposure compensation is, it will show us how. Okay, see, there was no review, so we actually have to press the review button. And there's the picture it took. You can select it by pushing OK. Select, or we can press it again and deselect. Okay. Exposure compensation. If your subject is too bright, turn your exposure compensation down. You can see it change on the screen. I can turn it up so it's real bright, or turn it back down. I like to leave it at -0.3. Alright, let's talk about your focus. Oops. Alright, here's your focus. This is the flash button. This is your focus mode. And this is your timer. Your flash, that is red eye. That's just a normal driving flash. And now we can change that value right here. So you can set how much fill flash you want. Leave that at 0. And let's press that flash button again. Now we have auto flash. It automatically compensates for the amount of flash you should use. You can still adjust the value here. So that's pretty much an auto mode, other than you can adjust your exposure compensation, your fill flash, and your ISO. Let's go to completely manual mode. By raising our f-stop number, it makes our shutter or aperture size smaller. Okay, we'll turn that back down at 3.5 so we have maximum aperture size. And this is our shutter speed. That would be 0.4 seconds, 0.5 seconds, 0.6 seconds, and so on. This is 2.5 second exposure, all the way up to 16 seconds. So it's going to hold that aperture open for 16 seconds. Now this will also go all the way up to, this is for shutter speed, it'll go up to 1,000th of a second. So just a split second that shutter is going to be open. Now it automatically tells you right here what your exposure is going to look like. Now negative 0.3 or negative 9.3 is really dark, so you're going to have to bump that up. You're going to have to slow your shutter speed down, allow more light to get in there, and also adjust your ISO. And let's see. You can see that number change. That's positive. There's negative. I like to stay a little bit on the negative side. Oh, it didn't autofocus. That green light right there indicates that the focuses are correct. Okay, now let's review that picture. That was with the flash on. Now let's adjust this value to a faster shutter speed. See how that number right there is going down. Now it's negative 0.6, or negative 6.4. Got the green light again. Take that same picture. Now, see how much darker it is? That one's a lot brighter. Pressing the shutter button halfway down is like a home menu button. That's your home button. If you ever get in a menu and you don't know where you're at and you want to get back out, just press that shutter button down halfway. And that gets you right back to your live view. Now this does not have an eyepiece right here. So all you have is live view, which is fine. Okay, let's talk about focus mode. Here's your focus button. That's auto. We press the focus button once, and that's macro. We press the focus button again, that's for landscape. And then we can go back to auto. And if we press the flash button again, it goes to no flash. And let's press the timer button. As you can see, it's on a 10-second timer, 2-second timer, 2 times 10-second timers. So it'll take 2 pictures. It'll wait 10 seconds, count down 10 seconds, take a picture, and then count down 10 more seconds and take another picture. Or you can have a burst. So it'll do 4 frames. I'll show you here. 4 frames, I think, in 1 second. Okay, 3 frames in 1 second. Alright, that was in burst mode. Alright, so we got manual, shutter priority, aperture priority, program, video, auto, sport, where your subject is in motion, panorama, or scene selection. Snow, you can use high ISO, portrait, night portrait, landscape, night landscape, macro for flowers, sunset, backlit, candlelight, museum, text, beach, snow, fireworks, children, self-portrait, and stage. Normally, my favorite mode is program. It's almost like auto, but you can adjust some things. Manual is my second favorite mode with this camera. Panorama. Now, if I want to take a picture, this let me take 3 photos and I'll put them side by side. So photo 1 would be here, photo 2 will be here, photo 3 will be there. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. autofocus isn't working. We'll put on landscape. Okay. And you can see there's our last photo. So let's see if we can't line this up. Let's see, right about there. Alright, and find that last photo there. Alright, please wait while stitching pictures. It's taking a little while. Alright, now let's review that. See how it put them all together in a big old wide shot? Now you can zoom. After you take the picture, you can zoom in. Then you can scroll around. There we go. See, we can zoom in afterwards. After we've already taken the photo, we can zoom in 8 times. Alright. Thank you for watching.